All right, so let's just get you up to speed on where everybody stands in the division. Yankees on top of the O's by 4, Jays 4.5 back. And then the Rays are 5 off the pace in Boston after being swept in Anaheim, 9 off the pace. And I just wonder, Jack, are the Orioles a team they're going to make a big splash? We've talked about Toronto maybe adding a closer and a starter, and maybe the Yankees make a move. Would Baltimore do that?
When are we going to get one of these trades? That's what I want to know, because we keep talking about the possibility of that happening and how that could shape things in the division. And I'm with you. And you look at what the Orioles' needs might be. Their bullpen is very good. They're a defensively sound team. I don't love their starting rotation. We talk about some of the names that might be out there as pitchers who are available. And you look at that AL East. If somebody was able to get a David Price, all of a sudden that could change things in the division. I do think the Toronto Blue Jays are the team that is going to end up making a deal. Not saying that other teams won't, but if you're asking me for a team that's going to make the biggest splash, I think it'll be the Blue Jays.
You know, we've also heard that the Reds are willing to shake loose both Mike Leake and Johnny Cueto, and Cueto has been one of the hot names. That National League to American League thing bothers me, and then you wonder, is Cueto and the elbow, is it okay?
And how much are you giving up for a rental player? Cueto will be a free agent after this season. And the Reds have to trade him, by the way. They would be idiots if they don't trade him. They're not going anywhere this year. But how much are they asking for you? And in the last start, Cueto was wild. He walked off the mound, not really looking like the pitcher that he had been. So Jason Stark had a good tweet about this from ESPN, talking to a scout who said, yes, I have concerns after watching him on Sunday. So there's so many factors and so many things that go into this when you're trying to make a trade right before the deadline.
And, of course, Yankees fans, knowing July 31st is coming up, always thinking, are the Yanks going to do something? I know you've had a few conversations with Brian Cashman over the course of the past few days. And you know, you've said price tags are high, right? So that means they're going to have to get rid of some of those top prospects. Would he be willing to do that?
Well, they're not going to trade Judge. They're not going to trade Severino. I do not believe they're going to trade Bird. There is a shortstop, Mateo, that they have down at the single-A level. They're not going to trade him. And I think one thing that has stuck with me that Brian Cashman has told reporters is basically, if the prices remain as high as they are, that's going to make life easier for him as a GM, because he's just not going to go to that level to make a deal. I do expect the Yankees will do something, Bob. I'm just not sure it's going to be the David Price, the Cole Hamels. It might be more in line of what we saw last year, the Martin Prado, the Brandon McCarthy, a piece like that.